So I've been getting a lot of questions and concerns, I guess, how it's going on in the US, like how the government is trying to prevent the virus from spreading everywhere. I just know that my school suspended class for 3 weeks, which is up to April 6th, and the last week of that 3-week was supposed to be spring break, so it just feels like there's nothing to do anymore. And yeah, I'm sitting down now. Classes have been moved online, but it's really difficult when you're in like performance majors or like filmmaking major, because you know, it's all about teamwork and being there in person, going to that location and all that stuff. So yeah, what's this video about? I guess this will show what it's like before I go on self-quarantine, which is what I usually do every weekend. I don't know if this is noticeable, but my voice may sound different. It's because I've been sick, which is a terrible timing, and I'm really ashamed of myself that I can't take care of myself at this point. I got sick like last weekend. I think I got fever that night because I was definitely struggling to go up that bunk bed or down. I know I'm tired when I like literally cannot move from my bunk bed because I'm just so dizzy, and climbing up that ladder or climbing down that ladder is very scary. But I'm recovering. I'm getting there. I've been trying to avoid like talking to my friends because regardless of the virus or just a common cold, I don't want to be the one doing the spreading. I'm gonna go run errands because I was supposed to get groceries yesterday, but when I went there after class it was really crowded, and I did not want to be in a crowded room anymore. And maybe you can see how it's liked, because I know a lot of countries are low on food, toiletries and stuff like that, so I'm a bit scared, but I hope I can get what I need. It's really stupid how people are like finally realizing, well, I guess it's not stupid because the pace of spreading varies between countries, but like the past few weeks all we've been told was to wash our hands, like as if that's something new. According to my friend, we're Americans, so I guess that makes sense, but we were just told to wash hands, and finally things are like getting serious, especially since WHO has now labeled this as a pandemic, which is pretty scary. So yeah, let's go get some groceries. So this is what it looks like on Friday. As you can see, there are still some produce foods, actually not that different from what I'm used to, but just some vegetables, like here onions they don't have at all, and like the shelf is out of stock, or they're just really busy trying to catch up, because what I noticed is there's a lot of people given the fact that this is on a Friday noon. It wasn't a massive crowd, but it was like the weekend. I was wondering what the toilet paper tissue box situation would look like. Obviously the tissue boxes were almost sold out, but there were still some, and with toilet papers they actually had a lot left, just less types, but they did have bulk size left. I expected the stocks to be worse just because we see the extreme side on news and on the internet, so I thought it would be pretty much empty, but no, it wasn't empty. It may run out of stock eventually towards the end of the day or towards the weekend, but right now it wasn't that bad. Also, I haven't really explained why I'm doing this in English, but this was kind of a spontaneous video, and I realized I'm more eloquent in English than Japanese, which is kind of sad, but that's the truth. The more I talk, the more I realize I sound so sick. But trust me, I'm not that sick. Just at night when I go to bed, I can feel like this whole weight on my head, like this gravity pulling me down. I guess I'm just really tired these days. I don't know, I'm not doing anything that crazy, but it's a bit disappointing to see this go so far. I remember coming back from Japan towards the end of my winter break. It was spreading mostly in Asian countries, so I was like, okay, we should be careful. But my goodness, no one thought it would come this far. Schools are shutting down, government buildings are shutting down, banks are shutting down. There's people running out of business, and I cannot complain at this point because I know there's worse situations. We just don't have the money or don't have work. I don't want to complain, but it is unfortunate to see my future projects become a question mark, because I do have the crew, I have the resources, I had it planned. Then again, safety comes first, so I've never experienced anything like this before. I don't think anyone ever has in my generation. So I hope everyone makes smart decisions, like not wearing contact lenses, because I know germs can get attached and grow on your contacts. I'm wearing glasses right now. Also, I hear racist remarks here and there, and I really cannot stand that, so please educate yourself. My goodness, if you think it's racist, then it probably is, so don't even talk about it. I apologize for this video ending kind of cold, but this is what's happening right now. I'm totally fine because I have this privilege of living in an area where I have my own personal space, have access to food, money, shelter, you know, that unfortunately not everyone has and shouldn't take for granted. So I'm fine. I hope everyone's also safe. Stay healthy. So that was my update on coronavirus from the US. See you on my next video. Bye!